Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be diving into the Bitcoin big leagues and discussing 5 companies that are heavily invested in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency ecosystem. But before we dive into the video, make sure you drop a like below, hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on all the latest Bitcoin and cryptocurrency content. So without further ado, let's jump into number 5 on our list. And it's worth noting before we jump into these that none of these companies are Bitcoin mining organizations or mining companies or crypto first businesses. These are other publicly traded companies that are investing in Bitcoin as part of their overall growth strategy. These companies are companies that have shareholders to report to. They have shareholders to deliver value to. So they're really putting their money where their mouth is when it comes to trying to deliver value and continue to drive shareholder growth. So without further ado, we're going to jump into number 5 on the list, which is Me2. So Me2 are an AI-driven technology company, first and foremost, kind of sitting at the intersection of beauty and technology. They've created a number of successful applications, none of which I've ever actually even used or heard of, but they have over 1 billion customers or 1 billion users of their apps worldwide. And coming in at number 5, they have a holding of 940 Bitcoin. So a substantial amount that they invested, I think, back in 2019, 2020. And they've kind of seen a bit of fluctuation in terms of the value of their investment there. But holding an investment of 940 Bitcoins as part of their continued growth strategy, Me2 are using this to continue to bolster their position as a technology first company, while obviously executing on the application side of things and mobile apps that work so well for their customers. Number 4 on our list is Nexon. And Nexon is a South Korean based software development company, particularly for gaming. So Nexon have a total holding of 1,717 Bitcoin, making them the 4th largest holder on our list. Again, gaming is their first and foremost bread and butter. What they do is how they've grown the business, but again, seeking to diversify and holding over 1,700 Bitcoin at the moment, obviously, is part of their growth strategy. Again, I think they made their initial purchase around 2020, 2021, and have seen that obviously drop significantly in value from 2021 until 2023, but have recovered a lot of the value in terms of their investment over the past 12 months or so. And it'll be interesting to see how that continues to grow over the next few months as we hit the Bitcoin halving and as we move into the next bull run cycle. Next on our list, and coming in at 3rd place, is Block, or formerly known as Square. So Block, headed by Jack Dorsey, obviously having started out as Square, they had much more of a fintech and payments platform focus before deciding to double down on Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Block, they rebranded to Block, I think about 2 years ago, and Block is now all-encompassing of a few of the different products that they have for Square, Cash App, Spiral, and even the Tidal music streaming app. It's all within this Block ecosystem. As a company, Block hold 8,027 Bitcoin as part of their growth strategy, but obviously tying in with the payments platform side of things, it just makes a lot of sense for them to have a number of Bitcoin reserves, but also something that they're obviously leveraging to continue to grow all of these individual products like Square Cash App, Spiral, and Tidal. Coming in at number 2 on our list, we've got Tesla, the one and only Tesla. Tesla have and hold over 10,500 Bitcoin as part of their treasury. And even though they were accepting Bitcoin payments for their cars for a certain period of time, they have paused that and they're no longer accepting payments from customers at the moment in Bitcoin. But they do still hold a significant amount of Bitcoin, 10,500, as part of their treasury. And even though they did sell off a small amount of it a couple of years ago, it still makes up a significant amount of their holdings, and the amount of Bitcoin that they're leveraging could be strategic for how they want to continue to diversify the way they're allowing their customers to pay for stuff in future, not only with the cars but also with their energy products, their batteries, their solar roofs, solar panels, etc. So another very interesting company coming in at number 2 on our list. But number 1, and number 1 by a long way in terms of their Bitcoin holdings, is MicroStrategy, coming in at number 1 on our list, holding over 158,000 Bitcoin. So more than 15 times the holdings of Tesla, which are number 2 on our list. MicroStrategy have been accumulating Bitcoin over the past 5 or 6 years, I believe, maybe even a bit longer, thanks to their CEO, Michael Saylor, who is a notoriously bullish spokesperson in the Bitcoin space and the Bitcoin arena. And the accumulation over that period of time has led to them acquiring a massive amount of Bitcoin. And MicroStrategy, being a publicly traded company, are almost and have been almost acting like a proxy for people who want to gain exposure to Bitcoin without purchasing Bitcoin directly. Even thinking about the share price of MicroStrategy over the past few years and how it has increased almost in correlation with Bitcoin is very interesting to look at. So number 1 by a long way on our list, MicroStrategy have gone all in on Bitcoin, it's safe to say, and only seem to be accumulating more. I think in Q4 of 2023 they've accumulated another few thousand Bitcoin, and they're continuing to do so each month and each quarter. So very bullish on Bitcoin from the MicroStrategy CEO and the MicroStrategy team. And by a long shot, they are the largest holder of Bitcoin in terms of publicly traded companies. So those are the top 5 companies that are going all in on Bitcoin. It'll be very interesting with the upcoming potential approval of the Bitcoin ETFs to see what types of companies begin to accumulate Bitcoin as part of their treasuries, as part of their reserves, or as part of their holdings, and how that will impact the price over the next 12 to 18 months. But these 5 companies, I think, are leading the way in terms of the foresight that they have in terms of accumulating Bitcoin and other digital assets as part of their reserves. And I think it's only a matter of time before a lot more companies, and publicly traded companies in particular, are leveraging positions and holdings of Bitcoin and other assets to hedge against inflation and to back up their reserves. So these 5 companies are on our list. Let us know if you know of any other companies that have significant holdings in Bitcoin and other crypto assets. Drop your comments below, and as always, if you enjoy these videos, please give a thumbs up, give it a like below, and make sure you're subscribed for all the latest content.